Alam ko na we have a very incompetent Secretary of Interior and Local Government. I am almost sure that he will let his incompetence would allow the escape of Mr. Bato de la Rosa.
Alam nyo, kung binawas-bawasan niya yung kape presto niya, baka may nahuli siya eh.
What's up at welcome sa Pochoklak. Sa channel ito, may ko sumuri ng mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad at magbigay sa inyo ng masabot kayang alternatibo. Kung kagaya nyo ako, malamang kayo ay nawindang din sa mga naganap sa Senado ngayong katatapos lang na linggo. Kaya naman, sa video nito, minabuti ko na tingnan o balikan ang mga relo na isinusot ng magagaling na hindi nakahuli kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Una, NBI Director Melvin Mukhang Natibag. Pangalawa, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla. At pangatlo, ang Ombudsman, si Boying Remulla. Yung mga relo po ni John Vic pati ni Boying, ang magkapatid na hindi political dynasty, babalikan lang po natin yan. Kaya magbibigay lang ako ng price update where relevant. Hindi na akong papaligoy-ligoy pa. Tara na! So dito sa relo ni NBI Director Melvin Matibag, ang kailangan po nating tingnan dito. Una, the case shape na parang hugis television. The case color as well, that it looks to be silver colored here, and that's an important detail later on. Let's look at the sub-dial na nandun sa bottom part ng dial, but it's off-center. And let's look at the strap of this watch, which is colored black, and it's integrated to the case. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5712G. So the Nautilus is a watch that I typically feature on this channel, and in the past videos, I have actually actively avoided featuring the Nautilus, but this time it seemed relevant. And so looking at this watch, it seems like it's steel, but it's actually white gold, and you know that by the use of the letter G in the reference of this watch. And then aside from that, I think this watch is interesting because of the complications that are present. Merong date, may seconds, merong moon phase, and meron ding power reserve. So I think this is a very interesting watch, and I love the asymmetrical design of the dial. And this watch is already discontinued, if I'm not mistaken, but on the secondary market, I still see it sell for up to 7.8 million pesos dito sa Pilipinas. Now, dahil sobrang mahal, kung idol nyo si Melvin Matibag na muntik nang mahuli si Senator Bato, ang alternative na pinipresenta ko sa inyo ay ang Venezianico Arsenale Ultra Black. So kaya ako to pinili because of the integrated black strap and the dark dial. And it's also 40 millimeters in terms of the diameter, which is similar in sizing, comparing it to the Patek Philippe Nautilus. So ang relo na ito, when it comes to the concessions, this watch is relatively simple or super simple when it comes to the dial. Wala nga seconds dito. It's a two-hander. And comparing that to the Patek Philippe na medyo maraming laman on the dial, this watch is relatively simple. But I think that makes this more accessible. And I'm actually a fan of the texture and the color of the dial here na sobrang black niya. Aside from that, concession-wise, the strap being used here is a rubber strap as opposed to the leather strap on the Patek Philippe Nautilus. And then the finishing here will not be on the same level. The movement here is going to be off the shelf, comparing that to the Patek Philippe, where the movement is truly a work of art. The other key difference that I would like to highlight would be the water resistance. So this is a water resistance of 50 meters, comparing that to the Patek Philippe Nautilus na 30 meters lang ang water resistance. So this is actually a difference that is in favor of the Venezianico. Ngayon, ang relo na ito, wrist check lang, may variant ako na niyan na suot ko today, the Venezianico Arsenale in 37 millimeters with the green Fume dial. I'll be doing a review of this watch. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. So, focusing on the Arsenale Ultra Black, this is selling on Venezianico's website for 800 euros. In Philippine peso terms, yun ay nasa mga 57,800 pesos. Pero plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa kasi you will have to import the watch from Italy. And this is a brand that I think is on the rise, and you know they're heavily marketed ngayon. So if you're looking for watches, I think Venezianico is a watch brand that you will come across, and it's been tackled by a bunch of YouTubers already, including myself. I think it's a well-built watch. Even the watch I'm wearing today, I think it's a well-built watch, and I've reviewed a version of this na nasa blue rubber strap, and I thought that it was relatively comfortable, although hindi FKM yung rubber strap niya. But all things considered, I think the Venezianico Arsenale Ultra Black is more simple compared to the Patek Philippe Nautilus, but I think it has its own charm with that black dial. Ayun, quick reminder lang, kung hindi ka pa nakapag-like and subscribe, please do both of those things. It really helps the channel a lot. Yun lang, hindi ko na kayo istorbohin. Balik na tayo sa mga relo. Dito naman sa relo ni Jokester John Vic Remulla, kailangan nating tingnan dito yung strap niya and the dial, which both seem to be color blue. Tapos tingnan din natin yung markers while we're on the dial. Nagmumukha silang fangs. Tapos tingnan din natin kung paano dumidikit yung strap doon sa case ng relo. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingnan din sa Omega Aquaterra in 41mm. I'm really a fan of the Aquaterra line of watches, especially ngayon, ang daming options, bracelet options, strap options, dial color options, size options. I think the Aquaterra is really a good substitute and competitor for Rolex Oyster Perpetuals and Rolex Datejusts. Even if price-wise, I think they're a tad bit lower, especially if you look sa gray market or sa secondary market. So, ang specific na relo na ito, na tingin ko suot ni Jokester John Vic Remulla, ito ay nasa strap instead of the bracelet. And while this move specifically, I think it tones down the flexibility by quite a bit. But still, this is a pretty good looking watch, especially with that pattern on the dial and the date at the 6 o'clock position. I love the styling of this watch. Itong Omega Aquaterra, I've seen similar configuration sell in the secondary market dito sa Pilipinas for up to 325,000 pesos. At kahit hindi siya kasing mahal ng mga Rolex, may kamahalan pa rin, and so we have to think of an alternative. At ang napili kong alternative in this specific case is a Christopher Ward the 12, a watch that I have reviewed on this channel. So ang relo na ito, this one measures 36mm across, and that's the variant I chose. Maraming options para dito, the 38 and the 40, but I really love classical sizing. That's why I'm going with the 36mm in this case. Kaya ko to napili because of the blue overall scheme of the watch, the blue strap, and then the fang-like markers na very much like the Aquaterra. And there's also a pattern on this dial that I think is a bit more complicated than the Aquaterra. But still, hindi siya sterile dial. And that's why I think this one is a good choice. So, in terms of the concession, this one size-wise malayo yan, obviously, but I really love the sizing of the Christopher Ward the 12, 36mm. I think it's the perfect size. Finishing will not be on the same level, and the movement here will be an off-the-shelf movement compared to the movement on the Omega. Itong Christopher Ward, I now see it sell in Christopher Ward's website for $1,210 in Philippine peso terms. Yun ay nasa mga 75,000 pesos, pero plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa, kasi kailangan yung i-import. The Christopher Ward the 12 is so beloved by the watch nerd community, and that's why I think this is a good choice. And having worn one in person, I also love the flexibility of this watch, and that's why I think, especially with Christopher Ward on the rise these days, the 12 is quite a good choice. Dito sa relo ni Ombudsman Boying Remulla, kailangan nating tingnan the case shape, the crown guards, the bracelet style na parang oyster style. Look at the bezel niya na kulay green na makintab, and then look at the black dial as well. At dahil sa mga katangian natin ko, this is a Rolex Submariner date, reference 126610LV, nicknamed the Starbucks. I think the Submariner really needs no introduction. It's quite an iconic watch that I feature a lot on this channel. On the secondary market, I see it sell for up to 950,000 pesos. At ang alternative na napili ko para sa relo na ito ay ang Casio Duro, na kaya ko napili because of the green bezel, the dive style, the black dial, and I think this watch style-wise lang, ang lapit niya talaga dun sa Submariner date, the Starbucks. So, in terms of the concession, the finishing will not be on the same level. The movement here is quartz. Pero ang relo na ito kasi retails for 7,420 pesos. So if you really like this kind of style, yung dive style, tas idol nyo si Boying, ang gandang choice ng Casio na to. Dito naman kay DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla na hopefully nakarecover na sa pagkatalo ng UP Fighting Maroons sa UAAP nitong nakaraang Miyerkules. So, ang kailangan nating tingnan dito, yung case shape, tas yung black bezel and the black dial. Pag tinignan niyo sa 10 o'clock-ish position, dun sa case, may mapapansin kayo na parang kabute na nagsistick out. Let's also look at the black strap on this watch. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is an Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean. So, ang dive watch talaga ng Omega na sikat ay yung Seamaster. But sa Rolex, ang katapat niyan, yung Submariner. At ang Submariner has this beefier brother na tinatawag na Sea Dweller that can dive deeper, that is chunkier. And the Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean is basically the equivalent of that watch or yung direct na competition ng relo na ito. So it can dive deeper at 600 meters. It's beefier at 45.5 millimeters. And this watch, paso na to eh. May updated version na this year and I think that version of the watch looks much better. It's sized better. And so I just think, you know, ang relo nito didn't really catch on. And you see that reflect in the selling price of this watch. On the secondary market, I see it sell for up to 200,000 pesos. Ang alternative dyan na napili ko would be the Timex Deepwater Meridian. So kaya ako napili ang relo na ito because of its diving capabilities. Although this one has a water resistance rating of 200 meters compared to the 600 meters of the Planet Ocean. I also selected it because of the black bezel, the black strap, the black dial, and I think also because of the chunky size at 44 millimeters. Concession-wise, finishing would be the very first one that you notice. I think comfort would also be one of the key concessions, and the quality of the movement is not going to be at the same level as the Omega. But looks-wise, I think this achieves that. But visually, you look at this, walang kabute, no? Wala yung helium escape valve na nandun sa 10 o'clock-ish position ng Planet Ocean. But price-wise kasi, you look at this watch. Itong Timex Deepwater Meridian, it's on Timex's website, still available, retailing for 15,995,000 pesos. Pero naka-sale po yan ngayon. I actually made a mistake when I first released this video. I think I overstated the retail price, but now I have corrected it to 15,995 pesos. And as I normally say, I recommend Timex kasi you'd be supporting Filipino livelihoods. They have a factory over there in Mactan, Cebu. So I think when it comes to alternatives for chunky dive watches, the Deepwater Meridian at 44 millimeters is a good alternative. Ayun! Nakita na tayo ng mga sample ng mga relo, ng mga magagaling na hindi man lang nakahuli kay Senator Bato de la Rosa at sa lahat ng mga tiningnan nating relo sa video na ito. Ang pinaka-paborito ko dyan, the Omega Aquaterra. I really love the flexibility of this watch. And at the same time, I really love the dichotomy between sportiness and elegance dala ng rubber strap nito. At doon naman tayo sa alternatives. Ang pinaka-paborito ko dyan, the Casio Duro with the green bezel and the black dial. I think this watch, especially at this price point na affordable compared to other watches that look inferior to it. I really think it comes close to the look of the Rolex Submariner Starbucks. Pero opinion ko lang po yan. Kung iba pong inyong opinion, kung tingin nyo meron pang ibang relo na masangkot bilang alternative, let me know in the comment section down below. Kung nagustuhan nyo yung video nito, please hit the like button. At kung trip nyo yung ganitong klaseng content, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat sa oras ng panonood. Later, yo!